I am coming off the beach. I just got skunked. I am trying to catch some bluefish to do a catch and cook because I found a really awesome recipe online for bluefish. And if you don't like bluefish, because a lot of people don't, then this might change your mind if you try it. So I'm trying to get one so I can show you how I do that. Today we are right on the backside of Harvey coming through with all the rain. And so the water's real dirty. That usually shuts things down, and that was true today. I just threw for 3 hours, not even a bite. Come on, bluefish. Where you at? Been looking for you all morning. I threw some Topwater, a spoon, rattle trap, rip and slash. I threw everything that I could think of to try to find some bluefish, and no luck. But I'm gonna get after it again tomorrow. So I might make this kind of a two-part deal. I'm chasing some bluefish. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow the water will clear up just a little bit more and we can find some. There's one. Come here. And it's a bluefish, target species, but he's little. Need a bigger one. See you, dude. There's one. Yes. Oh, that's a big old ladyfish, I think. Golly, man, he jumped like crazy. Woo! He's putting up a fight. Oh. Well, that might be a tarpon. I might have hooked a tarpon. Or my PB ladyfish. Holy cow, that is a freaking huge ladyfish. What the heck? Oh. My goodness. That is a hoss ladyfish. I thought it was a little tarpon. Man, that thing is huge. This is definitely my PB ladyfish. Man, that was fun. Thought I had a little baby tarpon on. He fought pretty good. See, dude. There he goes. Ooh, there's a bird. Don't want to hook the bird. There it is. Ah. Pretty sure these are all ladyfish right here, eating on this bait. But I'm hoping that maybe there's a bluefish hanging out with them somewhere. So I'm hoping I just get lucky. But they are going crazy. This is nuts. I'm like right here in the middle of it. Man, these fish are going off. These ladyfish. Some of them are pretty big. Pretty big ladyfish. Got a blitz right here. I wonder if there's any bluefish in there. There's just ladies. There's one. There he is. Wow. Man, he's fighting. Dang. Wow, this is legit right here. Oh yeah, these are some of the biggest ladyfish I have seen. Woo! Golly, look at these things. These ladyfish out here today are a lot of fun. I usually don't care, but these guys are monsters, putting up some fight. I have moved further down the beach. The ladyfish, skipjacks, they were going insane down that way. I don't see quite as many over here. Hopefully they'll kind of stay out of the way so I can at least have a shot at catching something other than a ladyfish. They were a lot of fun. They were huge and they were fighting good, but I'm on a mission to find a bluefish. So I'm gonna keep throwing, see if I can find one. But on, maybe it's not a ladyfish. It ain't jumping yet. Is it a blue? I think we got a bluefish. Awesome. He's still small, but it gives me hope. All right, maybe I'll keep him and maybe I can find another small one and we at least have a couple. All right, I'm happy to catch this bluefish. This is in the new spot that I just moved to. And I think there's a few more. There are a couple others hitting similar to the way he did. So we'll see if we can get a couple more. Make a meal out of it. They're running small today. Hooked it with a spoon here. I had to switch it up. Hopefully I can find some bluefish, but it was nice to catch a trout. He's a little guy. He's probably close to 14. Oh, put that weed blocker on there. First trout of the day. They haven't been around. I hooked one real early. It was still dark, so you didn't see that one, but this is the first one that I've got since the sun's come up. He's a little guy. Get him back in the water. There he goes. Okay, so today was a difficult day. There were a lot of ladyfish that came through. It was hard to catch really anything else. I caught one trout. I hooked one early this morning that got off right at me. I wasn't planning on keeping any trout today. He was probably close to the 16, 18 inch range, and then I caught one that I showed you earlier that was probably about 14. But I only caught 2 bluefish. Again, this has been the target species the last 2 days. It has been a struggle. It has been tough. So even though this is a tiny bluefish, there's no regulations in Alabama. We can keep any of them. I'm proud of this fish. I worked really hard for it. So I've got him bled out. I cut his gills, I cut his tail. I let the blood run out in the water. I'm gonna keep him on ice and I'm gonna take him home and I'm gonna show you how I cook them. And I apologize for the poor audio. I know it's echoey. I have purchased a mic, but it's not working. So I'm trying to find one that does work. So I'm trying to get better on that. So the audio is gonna be a little bit better quality, hopefully in the future. But I have prepared our tiny bluefish fillets. What I have done, I have removed the bloodline since you saw me cleaning the bluefish, but I did cut out the bloodline. I did also soak these in milk for about an hour or an hour and a half. I do that with all of my fish fillets, doesn't matter what species, but you definitely want to do that with bluefish. Any fish that may have any kind of fishy flavor, you do want to make sure you soak that in milk for a little bit. It does help remove a lot of that and also makes the fish a little juicier and just makes it taste better, so I do like to do that. But we are preparing a lime and garlic bluefish with crispy potatoes. So that's what we're going to cook for you today. I'm going to show you how we do it. I have preheated the oven to 475, so that is getting warmed up right now, but I'm going to go ahead and season the fish. And the seasonings that I'm using, I'm gonna just use salt, pepper, and Everglades seasoning for right now. I'm gonna add some other things later, but right now I'm just gonna add the salt and pepper. And also the Everglades seasoning. And I'm gonna add that to both sides. So for this recipe, we're using red potatoes. You wanna use red potatoes just because they hold together better and they don't fall apart. And the best way to cut these that I have found is to actually cut them in half and then do your slices that way. Makes it a lot easier and a lot safer, so you don't hopefully cut your fingers. Okay, so now we have our potatoes diced up, sliced up, and I'm not a professional chef, so I'm sure I'm doing a million things wrong. Feel free to let me know how to improve some of the things that I am doing. But now we're gonna add our seasonings to our potatoes. All we're gonna do is salt and pepper, and also the Everglades original seasoning, and then also the extra virgin olive oil. And I don't use any measurements, I just kind of feel for this, so I can't give you that, but I'll show you how I put this in. Now after you've added all of your seasonings and olive oil, you just want to mix everything up with your hands. Now we're going to place the potatoes in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Potatoes are done, so we're going to pull them out. And you want to make sure that you get a little burn on the edges. These are going to be crispy and they smell amazing. That Everglades seasoning is so good on these potatoes. And also I can smell the lime and the garlic. Oh my gosh, can't wait to eat it. Okay, now we're going to add the fish. So what you are going to do is just lay the fish fillets right on top of the potatoes. Our potatoes. And I've got this is actually some trout that I had since I didn't get a whole lot of bluefish. And my wife is eating with me, so I just needed some extra, so I pulled that from the freezer just to add to it, and it'll taste great as well. But what we're gonna add to this, I've already done all the work for this, but I've got some limes cut up that I'm gonna squeeze on it. I've got some garlic that I'm gonna rub on the fillets, and also some butter. Again, I don't have any measurements on any of this. This is all just, I guess, and just fill it out. And for the pan that I'm using, this is just like a Pyrex pan for the potatoes. Our potatoes. Probably like a cast iron skillet or a cast iron would work a lot better if you do have it. I just don't, but that would probably be a better option if you do have that. So first, I'm gonna rub the garlic on each of the fillets and get each one covered as best I can and kind of rub that in. You can be generous with the garlic. It's not overbearing. I've tried this a few different times, and I first was pretty cautious with adding the garlic. I thought it would be too overbearing, but I found out that you can add a pretty good bit, and it's still pretty good. So you can be as generous as you like on that, depending on how much you like garlic. Now, something that I like to do with this, I do like to add a little bit of the zest from the lime on here. I don't have an actual zester, so I'm just using a cheese grater that we have with a little side that I guess is for zesting. So again, I'm not a chef, I don't have all the right tools, but I'm just kind of winging it here. So this is just, I just add a little bit of zest from the lime on the fillets. And then I'm just gonna squeeze on the lime juice on these fillets. I just got a little bit on the floor. There you go, Belle. You can have some of that. And then we're gonna add our butter. And this, I don't have it measured out, I'm just guessing. So you can use as little or as much as you want. We are making this unhealthy, so I'm adding a pretty good bit of butter. And then we're gonna place it in the oven, and this is probably gonna take, it probably won't take very long. These fillets are pretty thin, so depending on how thick your fish fillets are, you just wanna leave it in probably anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna actually back the temperature down from 475 to 400, and this should be ready in just a few minutes, shouldn't take too long. Our bluefish is done, and it smells amazing. I can't wait to take a bite. But one last thing, I have chopped up some fresh parsley. And so you just kind of add that to the top of the fish and the potatoes, and it is ready to eat. So our fish is ready. I can't wait to take a bite. This recipe, I found it online, I found it on YouTube, and I've made some augmentations to kind of make it my own. And my wife and I love this recipe. So if you've never tried bluefish, or if you are one of those people that just don't like bluefish because you maybe had it prepared a different way, or you've just heard from other people that it tastes bad, you need to try this recipe. But I'm gonna take a bite and see how good this turned out. So let me get a big piece of fish. I'll just eat just the fish first. So if you can see that, we'll zoom in a little bit. And this is just the fish. It tastes so good. That is really good. The Everglades really makes a big difference on this dish. It's not fishy at all. The garlic is so good on there. You can taste the garlic and the lime. But what I like to do is you can take the fish and the potatoes and eat it together. And it tastes awesome. I've got some more videos coming your way, but this one was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun filming this. It was hard catching this bluefish. I just spit up some food. It was hard catching this bluefish. I had to work really hard for it, but it was worth it. This meal is great. But guys, I really appreciate you watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay bummy.